Okay, guys. So good evening sa inyong lahat, and welcome to this session. This is going to be an AMA session, and something similar to what we're gonna be doing most of the time during the LP sessions. So I did say that I'm gonna be committing to this, kumbaga, letting you in, or paano ba, how to LP or how to market make. We're gonna do that slowly, and while we're learning, I want you guys to execute as well. So may mga incentives din ako na I'll be introducing to the class. Don't expect the class to be something that's too tight. Ideally, people who are already enrolled in the LP masterclass, you can expect, even sa mga crypto masterclass students, expect that all the lessons, all the informal sessions will be recorded. So in case you miss it, then you can always wait for the recording. So we'll take care of that for you. Today, what we're gonna do is somewhat of a preview of what you're gonna be experiencing for the next ilang months na magkasama tayo. So I'm gonna do this until the year end or until mag-TGE si Meteora, whichever comes first. So pag nauna yung Meteora, and then hindi pa nag-TGE si Meteora, pag nauna yung New Year, or sorry, nag-end yung year, tapos hindi pa nag-TGE, then yeah, that's where my commitments will end. But it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be supporting pa rin the project. I'm gonna be leaving this project to several coaches, probably 4. I'm counting 4 na pwedeng magturo eh. And so in case you're going to need guidance, they're gonna be there most of the time. For the Pathfinders who are enrolled into my masterclass, you guys will get the special attention. So in case you have questions and you want one-on-one sessions, it's either me or the 2 people, CJ and Irving, that will be helping you, especially in terms of the crypto advisory service. So basically, the crypto advisory service is kind of like, um, you guys know that I'm managing funds, and I'm also managing my own funds. And what I'm doing is, kung ano yung what I'm doing in my fund, I apply it to everything that I'm handling right now. So if I lose, then the funds lose, and vice versa. So what I try to do here is, with the crypto advisory, I will be, share ko lang para makita niyo how it looks like. Wait, tatanggalin ko muna tong isa. That's not allowed. Nope, not allowed. This one, nope. Yeah, here we go. So, I got Jai to create a file similar to this one, very similar to this one. So, there's already some alpha over here, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to ano ba? This is for Pathfinders, guys. So people who are not part of the Pathfinders, this is already alpha for you. I've also made a recording as well. So in case you missed that, then balikan nyo na lang. You'd be able to see that video as well. It's more detailed and on how we're going to be doing the strategies. I'm going to show a bit of that of my process, and so that everybody can copy it as well if you want. Again, if you want. All right. Kung ayaw nyong sundin, okay lang din. But this is for the basically crypto advisory service that we're doing. For the masterclass, we do this na parang we help you organize your portfolio para at least while you're learning, you're earning something. For the LP masterclass and also the crypto masterclass, I'm gonna be sharing how to do these things. Not necessarily itong sheet na to, kasi ito nagbabago talaga to, and not to
Hello,
worry
boss.
kasi.
Excuse me.
Hello? Yes.
Hindi nakakita yung screen, boss.
All right, sorry. Ayan. Teka, ulitin ko. Thank you so much for for that, Herbs. Teka lang, bakit ito yung hindi gumana? Teka. Ito na lang. Thank you for for letting me know. Ito. So this is the crypto advisory na na sheet. So you can take a screenshot here kung gusto nyo. basically what this does is if I were to deselect a certain asset, halimbawa Brep or Mew, tatanggalin ko na siya sa list, or let's say Billing because it's weak, then ito yung makikita nyo dyan. So pag nakita nyo during the time na halimbawa i-check nyo yung dashboard and then wala na siya sa list, ibig sabihin most likely it's already out of the portfolio or sobrang liit na lang ng allocation niya. Most of the time what I do is I put a small amount first, and then if it performs well, then I would add to that bag. It's either I add halimbawa $500. Usually my baseline is $500, and then 1,000, 1,500. So every $500 yung add ko. So that's what I do. So you guys are not gonna be hindi naman kayo maiiwan, so don't worry about this. Here in the third sheet, this is where you will find most of the alpha. So I want you to notice a few features or a few things that are very important. So the token, you can see it here. I already asked my team to create a divider here so that the low risk assets nakahiwalay siya. Meron din naman dito in the risk level, it will indicate if the asset or the pair is low risk. So if you're not the type of person that can stomach yung very volatile assets, then this would probably be the assets that you'd like in your portfolio. But I do suggest that even if you don't like it, try nyo lang. If your allocation is somewhat small as opposed to what you normally would put into an investment, I think with that kind of strategy, by lessening your allocation, your volume, let's say for example for Billy, or like for example ditong si Keith, ito sobrang bago lang to sa list natin, and you don't really feel putting any money into it or any serious money, then put test money, right? So if $500 is too big for you, try $50, right? And the important thing here is you want to learn from executing these things and learn the concepts. Kasi having a lot of samples will help you learn how to do LPs faster than if you just have one or two. So that's my suggestion, especially for incoming students who are wanting to learn all the LPs, all the strategies that we have for LPs. Okay, so again, walang pilitan. Kung ayaw nyo, don't put your money there. So some assets naman here are like, for example, GP. This one, I'm heavily involved, not really as a market maker, but more of like ano ba? Like I just know what their plans are, ganun. So you can consider it as insider information, but sometimes it's public naman. Public knowledge. Sinasabi lang sa Discord, and I'm just curating the info that I get and then send it over here. If you notice as well, you would have the lower range and higher range. Later we're gonna get into that. You have the pool link. So in case you want na, di ba, when you go into Meteora and then you would select a certain asset, halimbawa Mew, you would find out that there's a lot of other assets that are called Mew. So check muna natin. I'm just gonna try and share this over here. Let me see if it gets shared. Teka lang. I'm looking if, ayan, okay, sige. So halimbawa, you're looking to add some liquidity into Mew. I'm gonna just select Mew here, and then when you click the drop down, you would see a lot of other pairs that are here. So asan ba dito yung paglalagyan natin, right? So that might be one main cause of confusion. When you look at this one, itong itong sheet natin. But if you have here yung ating pool link, then it will automatically redirect you here in that to that pool. So hindi na kayo mawawala, all right? Para safe na kayo. And then from here, you can put your ranges. So you can refer to the sheet. So again, this is for the people who are going to be availing of the service, yung crypto advisory. So again, naka-set na yan para sa inyo. Hindi nyo na kailangan siyang, you don't have to second guess. It's already here. You just have to copy and paste it in the pool. And then that's it. We'll take care of the strategy for you. You just have to follow kung ano to. For the crypto masterclass and LP masterclass, I'm going to be sharing some of these assets and probably the pools, but it's more of exploration on your side. So again, I suggest try everything. Okay? Sige. So with Mu, you can see here, our lower range is 2059. So you just copy that and go to the pool. Halimbawa, you don't have any positions here. Just go to add position and then select the lower, let me see here. Teka. Okay, here. Minimum price. Just paste that there. And automatically, it's going to adjust the whole range. And then you can see also, we put here the higher range, right? So just copy that as well and then put the higher range over here. So once that's done, ayan, makita mo, usually I max it out to 69 bins. That's the maximum number. If you want to go beyond the 69 bins, let's say we're going to do 59, right? It's going to increase your number of bins, but that would mean creating a new pool. If you do that, then you'll have to pay more sol, which you can take out naman or you can get refunded naman if ever that happens. But it's going to be in two separate pools instead of one. All right? So once you're done with that, ito yung lalabas. So just a very quick sample here. I want to make this as a sample. Siguro I'll not Mu. I'll do it with one of the assets that I love providing liquidity. Etong si Mumu. So Mumu, I'm just gonna go there because this one has been printing a lot of money for me. And you know, even if it goes up, it goes down. It's doing really well. Ayan, so ito, ano lang to eh, parang this is today. This is today. Like earlier this morning, I harvested and then afterwards I put it back into the pool. That's today's yield. So insane, right? And that's just 13K. Yeah, around 13. Actually, mga 12 to eh. Sa pagkakaalam ko. And you can see here the fees claimed already. It's a significant amount. All right. So before, sige, gawin ko na lang ngayon and then later I'm gonna do a market pulse, like what am I looking at the market, ano yung my outlook and what my strategy is. And later, all of this is gonna make sense, hopefully, no? Okay. So, I'm just gonna... Okay. Tanggalin ko muna to dito. Weird. Okay, there you go. So, for Mumu, you can see here, this is my strategy. This is the current strategy. This is double bid ask. Pero naka-spot pa rin yung base niya. How do you come up with this kind of shape? This is pretty cool. Basically, what happens is if you're gonna look at the Mumu chart, hopefully you get to see this chart. Wait lang, not that one. Hanapin ko muna yung isa. Hold on, guys. I'm looking for that other... Yeah, it's here. Okay. There you go. So, Mumu, where are you? There you go. It's 8% down at the moment. So how many days umakyat na siya? It already did that bounce, right? I usually make sure that my support or my bid ask level is not going to be hit. I take into consideration wicks like this or, you know, max pain scenarios so that if the prices go here below from, you know, the support level over here, usually what happens is this is what's happening behind the scenes. A lot of people put their buy orders or their liquidity on certain support levels only. They're not considering potential na flush outs or people who have a lot of shares or a lot of tokens tapos they kind of like panic and then sell it out in one go or one clip. And that's why you have instances na ganito yung price action niya. So what happens is once it's there, it doesn't stay long there kasi people know that it's oversold. You get it at a huge discount. So imagine if you bought over here, of course you're not a genius, but let's just compute how much yung magiging return mo if you bought here. 156%. That's the closing. For the next 3 days, it went as high as what? 160%? Ganyan. So pretty good, right? For a swing trade. Now, of course, not everyone is present. Some people really don't have the time to watch the markets, and crypto is just crazy, and it happens a lot to all the tokens that are out there. And so, what I do as a liquidity provider, as a market maker, I look for supports na sagad, right? The lowest of the low. What are the levels that when it goes there, you know that it's like a clear buy signal. All right. So we look at certain levels. So this is one, kumbaga, no-brainer level. You can set your support here. For me, I put it around 25. So somewhere over here. The prices didn't reach 25, but almost did. Lumagpas siya. And so you can see here that in my settings, in this pool, I put around ito. You can see here my range, that's around 251. So dito yung lowest area ko. So whenever the price goes at the low at like for example 3, hindi na yata siya bumagsak dyan, di ba? Wait, bumagsak ba siya? Let me just check here. Low niya over here is around 29. So it didn't go below 29. Hanggang 29 lang siya. Now, why we want to have a bid-ask strategy is because as the prices go slower and more people panic, you have a much larger share over here. If you notice, this is the pool distribution nasa baba. And you can see how much you own. How much of the pool in this, in this pool do you own? 7.97 yung nandito. All right? Ibig sabihin, you can see that trading volume over here, and then you have, let's say, a base fee of 2%, which means every time that your liquidity or the liquidity in this pool is used, there's a 2% tax for liquidity providers. So that goes to you and me, people who are providing liquidity within this specific pool. So that's the rules. And this one, you divide that or ano ba, makikita mo dito yung you'd be able to see here yung 24-hour fee or how much is being distributed across liquidity providers. So $742, and then let's say 7% or like in the current pool, if it stays here, then 12% of this amount that's going to go to here. Right? Now the good thing is if prices, let's say, stay or go lower, mas magiging malaki yung share ko. Look here. As it goes lower, because my strategy is bid-ask, you can see from 7% or 12% pala dito. Yeah, from here, 15%, here, 7%, 8. Here, you can see it's much, much higher. Here, it's 23. So, syempre, you want to be providing in yung hindi ka masyadong nakikiagaw. So there's two ways to do this. It's either you're going to be concentrated in a very tight range, or you want to just spread out. My technique is I'd like it as wide as possible, and not too wide na it's impossible to reach, but wide enough so that I can relax and just chill. And then by the end of the day, like today, I just got home an hour ago, then I would be surprised, or like ito yung bubulaga sa akin. I'm like, oh, okay, $120, right? So pretty cool. So that's the strategy. How the next thing that I want to discuss is how do you have this kind of shape? For those of you na you want to, apply this lesson agad, you just go to withdraw. So let's clean this, linisin natin siya. Now I don't wanna close the whole position. I just wanna withdraw my liquidity. It's similar naman yung gagawin niya. So just so that you can see. Okay, so transaction complete. You can see total liquidity is 0. I have unclaimed swap fee over here. I can choose to claim that fee so that I would re-roll these assets into the pool, meaning the interest that I just earned, I can re-roll and put it to work so that it just grows and grows. So that's the technique on how we can grow our portfolio, especially if you're doing LPs. Napapansin niyo, some people, they just start with $1,000. By the end of the month, it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, because they just keep re-rolling their profits. So what you can do, whatever Mumu that I got, I can sell that for USDC and then put back the USDC and the remaining Mumu here, so that when you do that, you're not necessarily putting back your USDC. You're taking profits, but you're taking profits from your yield. So yung capital mo intact. Parang ganun. You can do that if you want. But for me, I usually do this rule. 30% spot and then 70% that's going to be in a bid-ask strategy. So going back to the pool, I want you guys to just see this. There's spot and bid-ask. So if I toggle this, so this is something that I can only do because only 4 of us have access to the sheet. In this sheet, you have Mumu, right? Spot and bid-ask. There's spot, there's earn, spot plus bid-ask. You would only have to concern yourself with spot at saka bid-ask. The other settings that are here, wag na lang munang pansinin. But that's spot and bid-ask, and how do you apply that here in this pool? So pwede nyo itong gayahin if you want. Just know that it's already in a medium risk status, alright? So if you want to, let's say, point by point talaga siya, then you can use a calculator. I'm just going to use a calculator here and see how much is. If you want na 50-50, you can just do half. Just select that and it's going to show up here. But I usually just multiply it by 0.3 or 30% and I would get 3,081. So 3,081, and then I'm just gonna select autofill, which means whatever the amount here, ito din yung amount na ilalagay niya dito. Not really amount, but like it's just gonna balance this out. Halimbawa, per bin, ano yung value niya, and then it's gonna put it there. So I'm just gonna add liquidity here na naka-autofill. So that's $3,000 equally spread across all these bins, and then you have how much of that Mumu also spread out here. So now we have our base. This is our base liquidity. So we're providing liquidity within a wide range. That's 251, and then here is around 128. So sagad yan, 69 bins, and then medyo solid yung distribution natin. Now, what do I want to do and what am I anticipating? I'm anticipating that Mumu is gonna go down. Prices of it gonna go down. Let's just look at the chart here. We can see na prices are here moving in a sideways movement. And I like sideways movement because it consolidation basically helps with healthier price action and healthier changing of hands of people. Later, I'm gonna do the comprehensive na what I'm expecting of the markets. But anyways, what I want you to see here is that it's on sideways. 100 MA is still on the bullish case. It's still below prices, which means pretty bullish. Support, we can see that there's some demand over here with volume, as you can see. But I do think that we're gonna see some sort of retest. And so what I wanna do is sinet na natin yung range natin to 251 and then sagad na 128. So if you look at 128, where is 128? 128, somewhere over here. All right, so a little above ATH, the current ATH. Now I just want to provide liquidity over this range. I don't think that the range will go beyond either sa baba or taas. But if it does, then I'll just have to rebalance. So rebalance iba naman yung strategy niyan. But we're gonna um kumbaga, I'll just guide you through it for the people who are into the LP courses. Huwag kayong mag-alala. We're gonna learn that naman, how to rebalance properly. But here, what I'm just gonna show you is how to set up the pool so it looks like what it looked like earlier. So, ito na yung pool natin. The next is that I want to have a bid-ask strategy, meaning the lower it goes, the more liquidity I'm providing. And this means that my USDC is going to be converted into Mumu. And I like that because I want to get more Mumu. I know that prices are going to go down. So people might ask, if you know that it's gonna go down, why not just sell all your Mumu? Tapos buy it back at the lower price. You have a point. Alright? But I don't want to stress myself out. I want to let it just be on a sideways trend because who knows, baka mamaya, there are crazy buyers out there who probably will buy it up. And when that happens, and if I don't have Mumu, I'd feel FOMO. So that's what I would feel, definitely. And I don't want to feel that, and that's why I'm making sure that I have provided assets on both sides, both USDC and Mumu. So this way, even if I go somewhere, if I go take a vacation, and I know that Mumu is not gonna go anywhere because the community is quote unquote strong, it's still there. I mean, the numbers don't lie. You can see the price action. Mumu is doing pretty well. And not just that, but it's also providing you're getting yields. Then why not just provide sa mga ganitong klaseng assets? So here I'm gonna put in my bid ask. Now, if you're the type na matagal mo talaga siyang babalikan, let's say for example, mga 1 month hindi mo titingnan yung portfolio mo, then what you can do is just do bid ask on both sides. So this means if Momo goes up and then it reaches these certain price levels, that means you're selling the remaining Mumu, which is around ano ba 60 60 ba, sorry, 70% of your remaining Mumu is gonna be here. Sorry, that's not Mumu pala, sorry, it was for USDC. USDC pala yun kanina. But for Mumu, basically kung ano yung naiwan doon, which is more than 50%, kasi kanina konti lang yun eh. But you would be able to sell the remaining of your Mumu at a higher price. And while you're providing that liquidity, again, you're earning some fees, which you can, if you get out of range, all your Mumu in the pool get sold. Congratulations. Don't think of it as, oh, I wish it could have, I could have earned higher if I just held it. Now the problem with holding your assets, and crypto goes up and down, it fluctuates a lot, and you would be able to, let's say, monitor or see it. Sometimes that stress is too much for a lot of people. I know it's not for everyone. And so this setup actually helps people not to think about, the swings, but kumbaga use those swings, you use crypto volatility on your favor or in your favor. So again, I'd like to have a setup wherein I'm a trader, all right? I'm a trader, and so I can take advantage of the volatility. And since I'm anticipating that Mumu is gonna go down, I'm not gonna sell some of that Mumu here. Meron na akong 30% na distributed. Oh, sorry, 70, around more than 50% of Mumu distributed over here. So I'm just gonna take that out. I wanna have it more concentrated over here so that I earn more fees. So I'm just gonna go ahead and then bid ask with my USDC. Apologies if I'm if I'm somewhat babbling already. Okay, so here we go. All my USDC has been distributed equally na in this range. So the next thing that I would want to do is have a focused liquidity. Have sa my Mumu focused over here instead of dito sa dulo, kasi I don't think that anytime soon Mumu is gonna go within these prices. By the time that I feel like Mumu is gonna go here, I would then be rebalancing this structure, this liquidity structure, so that maka-capture ko yung fees when Mumu like wants to go here. So wag kayong mag-alala, you're gonna get the techniques for this as you learn how these things work. So there's 3 strategies here. You have the spot. If you do spot, again, it's just equally distributed here. If you're a beginner and you're not um, very familiar with trading or swing trading or trend following, I suggest you just do spot. All right, spot all the way, it works. But if you're advanced, you have some technical knowledge, you know how trading works, then I suggest just have curve and then make use of bid and ask. Or what I would suggest is combine spot, curve, and then bid ask, depending on how you feel the market will be moving. All right. So in this example, if you want to follow, siguro pa just to be safe na lang, just spot. But again, I personally, this is how I would do it. But this is for the sake of people who would like to follow this strategy because naka-record to, and then you might copy it tapos baka mamaya nagkaroon na ng progression yung prices. So I'm just gonna put on spot so it's distributed here. This is the safest strategy that I have for people who are into surviving the bear market. Okay, so now you have this liquidity here, and every time that Mumu trades between these bins, you get some yields. Unfortunately, wala pa masyadong trades. Siguro yung mga lower bins yung nauna if there's like 1% or 80 bin step, and then Mumu is volatile there. Naglalaro yung price there, then sila yung nauuna na binabayaran with the fees. So yeah, the wilder the volatility, the more na para tong pumapatak na parang taxi, parang metro ng taxi. Okay, any questions so far, guys? Sobrang haba na nung explanation ko. Wala namang tanong? Sige. Okay. No questions, let's proceed. Hopefully hindi pa dumudugo yung ilong ninyo. Especially sa mga bago pa lang dito. What else do I want to show you guys? Okay. So, if so for people who are into LP, into the Crypto Masterclass courses, that includes Pathfinders, LP only Masterclass, and Crypto Masterclass. You would be able to ano ba? You'd be able to learn these things. Not necessarily have access to this one. This one is our giveaway for you guys. So you can take a screenshot of this. I mean, the recording is here din naman, so you can see ano yung mga upper and lower range ko. If you want to be using this, up to you guys, pero ito sinala na to. Again, if it's not here anymore for people who are actively subscribed to this service, because I do have friends who have been requesting, like, can you just make a sheet and then I can copy it because I can't like join Discord every day, like listen to the calls or have a one-on-one session because we're both too busy. So this is the perfect service for you guys. So ayaw yung matuto, ayaw yung mag-aral. We're gonna be preparing videos, tutorials, so you can set up ano yung mga LP strategy. What do these mean? And then so on so forth. I also have 2 people that will be helping you. So in case you're confused how to use this tool, then you can book ano ba with those 2 people and then help you out. All right, so that matuto din kayo. All right, so I think ayun lang so far. Please notice that there are comments over here on the rightmost corner or side or column. Ano ba yung tawag mo dyan? And then you can see here my dates. This is mostly dates. Only special cases na maglalagay ako dyan ng something else. But you can see the dates. That means if, let's say that's today, right? That's 9th. Then you would know it's a fresh pick. That's Jup. Tama ba? No, that's not Jup. It's BNB Sol. So you can see here BNB, it's in mid-risk. If you go to the DLMM pool, then you would see that this is BNB Sol ang nakalagay. over here. Yeah. So if you're wondering why am I providing liquidity here, isn't this supposed to be, if we're in a bear market or we're in a sideways market, shouldn't it be crypto and USDC? You have a good point there. Ako, pwede ko namang gawin yun, but for this one, I just want to have BNB and Sol because I think I want my USDC somewhere. You can, and also there's no BNB USDC pool at the moment. I can create one. I usually heavily create these ranges, especially if gusto ko it's much wider or much tighter. Sometimes kasi wala eh. But most of the time what I do, I create my own pool because that means ako lang yung nandun, and then I would be able to maximize yung fees pag ako lang. So, that's it for this sheet. I think ayun lang muna for the sheet. You would be able to see here as well sa baba, core tokens. These are the ones that we usually discuss in MMU. So again, for people who want to have free stuff, you can just go to the MMU and then listen, what is my ano yung mga ranges nilalagay ko doon, and then you can put those ranges sa lower range and higher range. Basically, parang ganun lang siya. But sometimes, doon na lang nagkakatalo sa LP strategy. Kasi you can see here, may spot. Bakit siya spot kahit mid-risk? Well, you're gonna know if you're part of the LP class. And then you can see over here, meron ding spot plus bid-ask. And then, let's say Sol ETH. You can see here, may dalawang ranges. There's 70 and 75, and then 250 and 300. What does this mean? All right. So this means that if I'm providing yung pinaka, if you want low risk, as in super low risk, then your lower range is 70, and then your higher range is around 250. If I go to the pool over here, hold on, I'll just let you see. Okay. So ibig sabihin yan, most likely I have two pools active, and I'm using it. 2 or 3 usually. So here, you can see here, ayan, 69 or almost 70, and the other one is 250.88. So this one, I think, 8th yung nakalagay, right? So ibig sabihin, I just put this, I rebalanced 2 days ago. Ayan na. So this is my pool distribution. You can see it's bid, and then here it's spot. So something that we did with Mumu. So basically, guys, what I'm teaching you with the shitcoins that, like what I apply with the shitcoins, I also apply even here. So it's very replicable. It's not like, ano ba yan? Bakit parang iba yung strategy dito as opposed to that pool over there, right? So these pools, these are designed for people na, again, walang oras. Ako, may oras ako pero I just really want to chill, right? So, kaya ganito siya. Now, you can see here, fees earned 0. I have not collected any of these fees. I can collect it if I want to now, and then re-roll it here. So, up to you guys if you want to re-roll it. Ako usually, I make sure that it's at least $50 or $100 in total before I claim it and then put it back to the pool. Otherwise, parang bakit, right? Pero up to you guys, really. You can see as well, there's a 24-hour fee per TVL. You can see it's 0.11. It's much higher than than the average. So if you go here to the pool, let's say Sol USDC, you can see here, I think ito 250 pool, and the normal or the average is earning 0.1 lang. With the pools or with the strategies that we have, you're gonna be earning much more. That's what I can say. Unless nandun ka sa gitna tapos wala ka masyadong pinoprovide doon, then don't expect na magiging malaki yan. But on average, yung nakikita ko, what I see is we're slightly higher than the normal returns. Here's, yan. So, yan. Okay, goods. Now let's just go to the, to the strats, or like what is my outlook for the market for this month. But before that, may mga tanong ba kayo? May mga tanong ba? Guys, this kind of lesson, you will understand it more as you apply. So I've noticed, so here's what I noticed, guys. This is no joke, all right? I noticed that there are some people, there are some students that isang sabi ko lang, when I say it in one go, like they already get what I'm saying. Why? Because they've already been applying these lessons. And if I go to people na, they've been listening but they never applied what I said, they're not gonna get it. Like it's gonna take some time before it sinks in. So my suggestion is if you don't get it, like you're here now and then sounds so alien to you, that means there's so much more to learn. So that's the good thing. That's the good part, all right? That means malaki pa yung potential mo to grow. Um, More advanced lessons like market making. So that's a different thing na I will be teaching that as well in the course. I'm not gonna be teaching that again for the people who just paid for the subscription, for the anong tawag nito, for the advisory. So that's a different thing, right? You're not. Kumbaga, if you just want an advisory, don't want to learn the lessons, you want us to think for you, then that's what you're gonna get. If you want to learn how to do these things, yes, you will sometimes get alpha on the ranges. Syempre, again, iba-iba tayo, but what I do suggest is just explore, guys. I'm gonna teach you everything if you take our courses. Everything I know, I'll teach you guys. Even the market making stuff. I already shared some of the market making stuff, especially with what we did with Mumu. I think it was here. I think it was here, around here. You can just check out the Discord. May loom akong nilagay doon. And people can actually watch that and see. You would be able to see the magic there or what people do behind the scenes. Okay, so may mga question dito. Let's just proceed before I'm gonna go with the what do I see for the market, right? For the next 3 months. We have one from Chester Ho. Boss G, if limited capital, let's say mga 1K USD yung budget, pwede pa din po kami dyan. Chester, specifically what service? To me, if it's the crypto advisory, I don't recommend it kasi it's really for people who have a good amount of capital. When I did the computations, I would say a safe number is half a million pesos or at least 10K USD. When you have 10K USD, you can already do wonders with LP. If you only put 1K USD, you can, but I suggest just take our courses. You're better off learning how to do it. Because mas malaki yung magiging potential mo if you get the hang of it. I've seen students that I think I've already featured them as well in our testimonials page or album, wherein there's this student who I think nilagay niya $50 lang. Doon sa dalawang pair, I think it was Sol and Bot. I forgot what it was, but from from $50, na doble niya. He took out that capital. So basically, he put in whatever it is that was left, probably $50 ulit. And then the $50, he kept it, right? I don't know what he did with it. But with that $50 that he gained from providing LP at a tight range, he was able to grow it to 250. So total 300, ganun. And I've seen people as well do a lot as well na parang with I think $300 ata yung starting niya. I forgot which pair it was, but then how many days lang din, tapos mga $900 at the end of it. So parang times 3. But these kinds of moves are very high risk. I don't recommend it for everyone. Just because you're going to be exposing yourself to a lot of risk. The rule that we have here, especially when LPing or liquidity providing, is that you gotta diversify because you never know if that's a rug or if it's a stable, I would say, relatively stable token. So if you're gonna ask me, for the crypto advisory service, if you have at least half a million or 10K USD, go for it. I think sobrang sulit niya. Yung estimates ko na with 10K USD, mababawi mo yung subscription mo. Yes. Like, with yields alone, mababawi mo siya. And if you do really well, I would say you're gonna be covering at least times 3. Parang ganun. In a good month. Mababawi mo yung 3-month subscription. or 6 months even. Yeah. Pag bull market yan, hindi ko alam eh. Baka mamaya sobrang laki ng potential. For people who have 1K USD or less, ang pinaka-suggestion ko, yeah, just learn how to do this LP. Everybody starts somewhere. Don't be discouraged if you feel like it's a small amount of capital. I always tell people it doesn't matter how small or how big your capital is. Your capital you will grow relative to what you know. So if you know how to grow your capital from $50 to $300, as proven with one of our students, then you can do that too. But then you gotta ask yourself as well: are you willing to take the risk for that? And I would say sulit siya. I wish I knew about this. This lesson of market making and liquidity providing, uh, it's best for people who already have technical knowledge. For those of you who don't have any technical knowledge of trading, bibigyan ko naman kayo ng guide. I'll be giving you some guides so that kahit papaano you're not going in blind. Yeah. But I do suggest if you make money, like what I tell you in MMU, if you made money, right, and then you don't understand like a certain topic and you want to get better at that, like guys, just buy the next product that will make you better at that. It's much easier for you than if you're gonna learn from scratch. Unless you're that kind of person na, no, I just really want to learn from myself and learning from others doesn't work for me. Some people are like that. Then, go ahead. Good luck. Next, from Senon, boss, if we would deploy all our capital dyan sa list, equal for each or meron dapat mas heavy na pair? Good question. My suggestion is if you want a lower risk, then you have to, let's say here in the sheet, right? For people who are in the Pathfinders, go to the dashboard and then here you can see there's two options, uptrend and downtrend. You would notice that in uptrend you would have a higher allocation or relatively higher allocation for the core, for moonbags, and NFT airdrop. You can see it's 40, 30, 20. That's the distribution. You have cash 10%. Once it's toggled for downtrend, then you can see na 30, 20, 10 na lang siya, and then you have a 40% over here sa cash. That means we want to have a premium on your stables. And it's not like we're just, letting your stables not do anything. What we can do is have stable farming. So stable farming, what it does is you just pair USDC, USDT, and then afterwards, hayaan mo lang siya dyan. And then wait for better market days. If you are like me, who has enough capital to, let's say, risk into other riskier assets, then I suggest, put some into these high-risk assets. Ideally, when you're doing LP in a down or in a bear market, and historically speaking, if you're providing in a USD or a stable pair, which means your crypto is paired with a stable coin, meaning Solana USD, Bonk USD, C, Mu USDC, Mumu USDC. The USDC pair historically has a higher interest or fee rate or utilization ng capital mo as opposed to if it's paired with, let's say, another crypto like Sol, right? Most of it is Sol, and then let's say Sol Mumu. Thus, the USDC Mumu pair will relatively have more yields as opposed to with the one which is Sol Mumu. Once we are in an uptrend, then we're gonna be shifting our picks from stable crypto to crypto. I've already given the sheet. I've already provided that in my profile. Nakikita niyo yung cheat sheet, nandun na siya. So kahit yun pa lang, sobrang laking bagay na yun. But again, the good thing about Meteora as opposed to other platforms is that with Meteora, you can adjust. You can adjust your strategy. It's not spot. If you're using other platforms, usually it's all spot all the way. It's just within a range, you just select the lower range, higher range, and then it's going to divide your liquidity across that range. Tapos spot lang siya. So ganon. It's different with Meteora. It's pretty cool. It's a liquidity, kumbaga, it's not just for For liquidity providers, it's for market makers. Market makers, very pinpoint eh. Parang um, naka-pinpoint talaga yung liquidity mo as how you want it. You can have it concentrated one side or the other. Okay. So yeah, Senon, ang pinaka-suggestion ko with your question, if you're just starting, I suggest yes, deploy it across all of these assets that are here because you never know, number one, you never know which ones there are going to be doing well as opposed to which ones yung hindi, right? So for example, Billy, that is our poor performer. But if you were able to get, let's say, Mumu, Mew, Mother, yeah, these are the ones that outperformed. I can't say the same with Ponke, Bonk, even Keith. Keith is pretty new, and that's why it's categorized here in the LP ranges as high risk. Anything that's high risk, up to you. How if you're gonna be entering that or not. My suggestion is if you want to enter it into these assets, then just put in lesser liquidity as the normal as the suggested. So for example, if our portfolio allocation, let's say your budget is around 5,000, right? Okay, $5,000 or let's say $1,000 na lang. Okay? Then you have 42 each, right? Now, if you feel like this is too high risk, Keith, Billy, we have Bonk, and then Ponke. These are the ones that didn't really perform well. Then you slash it by 2. So you're putting around ano ba, $21 per asset. Ayan. So with the $21 per asset, you can then pair it up with either Sol or stables. Ayun. So i-prepare mo siya. So pwedeng ganun. That's how you can combine your allocations. So hopefully that was clear. Jason has a question. Boss, ano top 5 LP mo recommended? Wow, getting into the real questions. What are the things that you want to put into LPs? Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. Not, like answer you by showing what I have in my top list. So, I have here Sol USDC. This is 2 pools, by the way. Ayan. I have WETH or ETH. So, kita nyo, nasa 200 yan. The range is already provided as well. I have Mumu. So that's 3 already na pwede ko mabigay. So again, core positions. Oh, wait lang. It's loading. Okay. Balik tayo DLMM. Okay, there you go. I don't have Jupe because my Jupe is staked at the moment. Once I unstake some of the Jupe that I have, then I'm gonna put it into LPs. You can check as well in our guide in LP ranges. There's Jupe over here and Jupe, and then you have the range over here. I think I did not put the pool link because I personally don't have it. So why do I put it here, right? You can, but this is the recommended. So within this range, the ideal is as long as yung lower range is okay, the higher range, wag niyo munang pansinin yan. Because we don't know if that's gonna be hit anytime. The lower range kasi ito, we will have to take care of our downside eh. Our risk should always be managed. All right. So even if it's in a bear market, you're still earning something. As opposed to people who just got liquidated and then burned their money. At least we get to have the, anong tawag nito? Worst case scenario. We're prepared for the worst case scenario and earn even in that kind of scenario. So, yeah. Pag blanco ito, meaning yan, you just look for an existing pool na you think okay sa inyo, tapos you just do the spot bid ask strategy. So again, I've already showed how this looks like. Spot bid ask. So up to you na lang kung paano niyo execute yun. Okay. So we already have the top 3 yata. Sol USDC, WETH USDC, Mumu USDC. I also have the what do you call that? Jupe. And while you can see as well kung ano yung mga hawak ko dito, for this particular account, meron akong isang account na puro high risk kasi. I'm not gonna show that account kasi baka mamaya kopyahin yun, masusunog ko yun. Then, you're gonna say, wow, LPs are a scam. Nope. This one is pretty balanced. you can see naman how much money is poured into the core tokens as opposed to the ones na hindi core tokens. Mumu, just because this is my top pick for the meme token category. What else? Yeah. So that's it. Up to you guys kung ano pang gusto niyo idagdag. If you have seen some members in our community tapos they're providing on a newly launched token, you can try that. I suggest once in your life, try providing liquidity on a newly launched token. And just cross fingers na it's not a rug. But usually within 2 hours, if it's still there, if it's not a rug, the liquidity, the fees that you'll be collecting is relatively or way higher than if it's 2 days, 3 days, like 5 days or 1 month old. Sobrang laki ng mga ng fees na pwede mo makollect doon. Even if it goes down, sometimes the yield will make up for a potential loss. Okay. Glenn, mas maliit po ba ang nakukuha na fees pag minaximize yung 69 bins as compared pag 20 to 30 bins lang, even though pareho silang nasa 100 bin pool? Glenn, I would say yes. Mas maliit yung nakukuha pag minaximize mo. Alright, so again, you can do the 20, 30 bins or even lower. Not maximizing your bins or putting your liquidity into all the bins that's there. You can do that for sure. But the question is, are you active enough in monitoring and rebalancing so that you can do this kind of lifestyle? Because if yes, then go ahead, do that. You're gonna have a lot more edge than people who are using the 69 bins. But again, the question here is, are you willing to take that risk? Because that means when your price goes out of range, meaning the current price is wala na, the price is already outside of the range. That means you will have maximum drawdown na. Hindi na siya yung parang nag-average down ka na lang. So again, there's pros and cons into this. If you want to let's say maximize fees and then you want to exit, so this is more of a market maker perspective na. We're gonna get into that into the crypto masterclass na pagka we do the LP course. I'm gonna teach you ano yung mga tips and tricks. In our channel, I think people were able to see there yung Sol USDC. If you see Sol, I was providing yesterday at 57. Sorry, not 57, 157 or 137 pala, somewhere here. 137. Yeah, it's here. 137 to 155, around this much. Okay. So I was providing my liquidity within this range. So when I entered this pool, sobrang liit ng the liquidity that I had for USDC was very small. Most of my position was in Sol. My goal was to exit my Sol because I feel like this is a relief rally and this relief rally won't last long. And so as it goes up, my Sol is being converted to USDC. And once it became out of range, I withdrew everything. So that means it's converted already to USDC. I already also enjoy the fees going up, going down. Kasi hindi naman yan na parang dire-diretso, right? Like this, I was providing here during this day. So on the next day, it went up and then went down, right? And so people would think, oh wow, hindi ko na sell dito. Now, if you're an LP, liquidity provider, and then it went up and then almost closed unchanged, you're gonna be so happy because you have earned a lot of fees. And then the next day, mas umakyat pa siya lalo, and then nag-break out. That means that even your SOL, the yields that you earned, especially SOL, actually increased in value as well. So, yun yung mga okay na scenarios, yung may mga ganito and then tutuloy siya the next day. And yeah, as opposed to just, selling it at market. When you sell at market in an exchange or even indexes, they earn fees. But if you're the LP, if you're the liquidity provider, you're the one that's getting commission out of all the people, all of the traders that's using your liquidity to buy and sell these assets. So I think just to give you an example or ano ba, an idea how much I earned. I think umabot yun ng mga 50. I think I started with 40,000 USD and then I cut it into half. I put it into the 20, this one, I think, this 20 bin step pool. So again, it's very tight range as opposed to the this one. This is 3 days old, I think, already. $25, right? 25, so around $50. Let me just check. I don't wanna say something na hindi tama. Teka, ito na lang. So 0.15, that's around $23. So yeah, around $49 of fees for 3 days. The budget or the anong tawag nito, the values around more or less 15 to 16K USD. As opposed to this one, so this pool, 2 days lang siya, and then in-exit ko. I started with 40K, and then I sold half. Yeah, I sold half. You can see my examples in the Discord. Dun sa market maker channel. Teka. I'm just gonna show you guys. I'll try to share screen this one para makita ninyo. Hold on. Okay, new share. This one. Okay. Do you see the Discord? Can you guys like say if you see it? Yeah, okay, you see it, right? So I was doing this real time in this channel, which you will normally see me do this while I'm committed to you guys. Here. Open during the bloodbath, not that one. Sorry, not that one. Almost got it. Okay, here we go. So I put here. Ito. Yan. Exiting my soul via LPs. So that was 3 days ago. Tuesday? Tama? Right? August 6. That is how much? 22K in USD. So you can see here, nakaspot siya halos. Meron akong konti na USDC when I started, and then the rest of it, Sol, is within this range. 145, ayan pala, 145 to 155. So that's the range that I put the liquidity. And so you can see here, your unclaimed swap fee is in zero, parang wala pang zero. As in, bago pa lang talaga siya na open. And then I made some updates. Okay, ito na ba yun? No, not yet. It's not it. So I'm like showing you guys ano yung mga setups ko. Okay. And then here, update. This is 8/7, meaning this is the morning after. The morning after, guys. All right? Hindi siya nag 24 hours pa. Benefits of having big capital, kahit walang sol, mga 40K added last night, then took half out. So from 22K, I bumped it up to around 40K USD. And then when it reached this level, I sold half na, or I withdrew half of the liquidity. I sold the sol that was there, put the USDC into different other pools. You can see here, I rebalanced my my range. So originally it was 145, right? Now here it's 137 na. And then you can see that here is the estimated na yields ng pwede mo kunin, around 3.74. 3.74. But the upper range is still intact. 155 pa rin. Doon ako, like, I wanna sell there. You can see that the day after, this is how much the yields are. 167, most likely, the cost, ano yan, parang yung value nitong sol is more or less similar to this. So, more than $300 na. And then I made a last update, I think, over here, and almost graduate. So here, this is what, 7, this is afternoon. In the afternoon, almost matatapos na siya dito sa range na to. And then, I think, ayan, update, cashing out and withdrawing liquidity. So this is like in the evening. So at least one day. Ayan, you can see here, 277 plus that 1.85 sol. I'm not sure if basta the total that I earned mga $500, which is you can see naman dun sa post ko. Yan. I think hindi na makita dito eh. But you can see here fees earned. Wait, I'm just gonna share this screen instead. New share. Here you go. Ayan. So isipin nyo within 3 days, more or less 3 days. Actually, less than 3 days. This is how much you earned. But again, may boost yun because I was from 20K, ginawa kong 40. So more than 2 million. But that's it. After that overnight, I sold half and then the rest I distributed to different LPs. And with that, this is how much you earned. And this is considered a core position or a low risk position. So if you guys know what you're doing, even if you have a small capital, ang laki ng pwedeng interest ninyo doing this. And then, hayaan nyo lang siya. And then by the next day, gawin nyo na yung kung anong gusto nyo. Okay. So hopefully, Glenn, I was able to answer your question. Jay, ayan, si Jay, sa Mumu USDC kanina, coach, at what point will you rebalance? Like, let's say nag-move siya almost 90% to left. Then eventually bumalik na to the right. Spot bid ask pa din. Jay, my good what do you call this? Good observation and good question. So think about this as a trader. When prices go down, right? What you usually do is you limit order, right? You limit order at a certain price range, and then from there you buy. Pag umabot siya, automatically the system buys for you. Sometimes you wait for it and then you market order. That's how we usually do it as traders. Now, as liquidity providers, once the price reaches a certain level, right? Like it's within your buy range or it's at a very ridiculous low range, what I usually do is I take out my liquidity, which means you're withdrawing the Mumu that originally was USDC converted now into Mumu, and I'm gonna withdraw that. And from there, I'm gonna rebalance my pool so that it doesn't look like how it originally was. Na habang pababa siya, the bigger the volume. What I want to do is because I'm anticipating that it's at support level and it will bounce up, I'm gonna withdraw that and then put it into a bid-ask strategy or spot bid-ask strategy. More of my liquidity is gonna be on the right side. So that means as Mumu prices recover and as it goes higher, I would be selling Mumu at a relatively higher price. And I would earn more fees as opposed to if I just stayed as is. Because why would you want to sell your Mumu at a lower price, right? If you got it at a really good price and you're earning fees while it goes lower, then why do that? Withdraw mo and then benta mo at a higher price. Ideally, that's how you want it. Okay, so next. This is from Mike. I was exploring yesterday and made LPs for ADOG and N64. These tokens performed relatively well yesterday up to early this morning. But even though ako lang mag-isang liquidity provider, I noticed that my 24 fee couldn't go higher than 2%, which made the effort seem not worth it at all, save for the prices or these tokens were going up. Is there anything I did wrong as to why liit lang ng fees ko? Is it because I've opted for 400 bin steps or perhaps less than 1k USD lang yung total nilagay ko na capital per token? Mike, I think if it's like a relatively new token, the safest way, so you have to balance kasi your strategy. Do you want more fees or do you want more value from the price appreciation, or do you want to accumulate more tokens at a lower price? So you have to really balance which one yung gusto mo or ano yung prioritize mo. Do you want fees or do you want more value? All right? Kasi you can do both, yes, but if you do that, I suggest trying out the 250 bins instead of doing the 400. But I still suggest if it's a new token and then you just want to chill, then do 400 and cross fingers it's not a rug. Yeah. Okay. Boss Z, available po ba copies ng Excel sheet? Erwin, this is going to be available. There's going to be a sample available to you guys. Jai will be having it. So you would have the m- basically ang makukuha mo is yung ano talaga, yung parang sample lang. We're not gonna give the whole thing because this one is kumbaga our fund management property to eh. This is a different service overall. So yeah. Okay. So I think yun na na-cover na natin yung LPs. There are other, let's say, strategies here that you might want to see, but most of the time it's ganito lang din yung itsura. Now, I'd like to address one more thing. Okay, one more thing. Because there's one student particularly na I really like this student because sobrang matanong siya. And this is how the conversation went. He said, how do you feel? How do I deal with FOMO? Because remember when I did the emergency broadcast, I posted the Loom video, I think Tuesday. So I was recommending, guys, if you can go and stable up, because I don't think that we're finished with a bloodbath. I do feel like there's so much more downside that we're going to see, and a lot of volatility pa that we'll be experiencing. And so just be on the safe side and make sure that you stable up. So most likely the student was able to sell some of their tokens, probably not all, but siguro most, right? And nung umaakyat na yung price ni Sol, so I'm just gonna show that to you guys. The broadcast was here, Tuesday. Here. So that's when you have this kind, right? When we did the MMU, I said, don't sell. This is not the time to sell because we're gonna see a relief rally, and when that relief rally happens, that's when you will sell. So when the relief rally happened, like this one Tuesday, I said, okay, take some stables out, but by the end, ang target natin is by the end of the week, we should have around 60 to 70% stables na, right? So umakyat palalo, right? From Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday. Today is Friday. And you can see from Tuesday, ang laki na ng inakyat ni Sol. Ito, this is around 12%. So, how do you not feel FOMO here, right? So people would say, I asked the person, basic technicals say that, all our MAs are above prices. So, most likely, we're gonna be in a bearish case scenario. And we did see that yung mga supports natin dito nasagasaan. And then, unfortunately, even if you look at BTC, BTC here, ayan, all MAs are here above prices. And we can see that this candle over here really bursted itong really destroyed that support that we were hoping na mag-hold siya, but it did not. Ang nangyari sa kanya, bumagsak pa, and that was with volume. And what happened was, syempre, ang lakas ng rally, right? The rally was so strong that the person felt FOMO. Most likely because Tuesday pa lang, nagbenta na siya. Sana kung nagbenta na lang pala siya ng Thursday or today, di mas mataas pa sana yung kita niya. Now, I'm not saying that, but this is me kind of like trying to understand from the perspective of the student. And I told the student first, like, kasi he was saying, how can you say that the market is going down? Isn't it strong? Like, and I said, yeah, the relief rally is strong, and we did anticipate the relief rally. It's here. But what else do you see? All MAs are pointing down, or all MAs are above prices, which means that we're pretty bearish. The only time that I'm going to be bullish, especially for Sol, is if prices go within this area, which is 187 to 204. That is my bullish case scenario. I've been very clear about that. But of course, iba yung magiging feeling ninyo or mararamdaman nyo as traders or as investors seeing that kind of move over here. Sabihin nyo, ang lakas. Yes, malakas yan. But who else remembers when I said na itong BNB consolidation, it's gonna be sideways forever unless this one breaks, right? So this one is also malakas na recovery. But what happened next? Bumagsak. So to me, it's better to have your peace of mind and wait for a breakout or clear signs of consolidation at the bottom, and then have a relatively safer and psychologically better entry than to wish that this consolidation is gonna be over, and then nasa markets ka. So I asked the person, kasi the person has a trading background already, has been doing a lot of other trainings, other, courses out there. Pero yung tinanong ko sa kanya next, I hopefully when if he's listening right now, then mas mahimasmasan kasi it wasn't a technical issue. It was more of psychological. So I asked him, "Do you think your problem is technical or psychological?" So he answered correctly, sabi niya psychological because ayun nga, nakita niya na umakyat si Sol. And I said that yung dati mong pagiging trader is the one that's wanting to get out. All right? Wanting to, get in because there's momentum. But if you're looking at it from an objective, macro level technicals, this is still in a sideways position. This is still in a sideways, and not just sideways, but bearish, has a bias bearish. Sorry, bearish bias. And so I told the person, LPs solves your problem of FOMO. Because if you're providing for the worst case scenario and also for the best case scenario wherein it breaks out, then you're not completely out of the market. You have stables, so if it goes down, you're able to average down. And if it does go up, then you still have some crypto exposure, so that if you want to buy with let's say for example nagpatuloy na yung trend, then you can use your stables to buy up. It's always better. It's always a better feeling to be in a trade that you want than being in the markets hoping that you weren't exposed. There's a famous saying, nakalimutan ko yung sinabi niya doon, but I'll try to recreate it. It's something like, it's better to be out of a trade wanting to get in than to be in a trade wanting to get out. So parang basically sinasabi na parang ipit ka, ganyan. And then you want to get out. So it's better na nakakash ka lang and you want to get in. You're more dangerous, you're more objective, hopefully, if wala kang FOMO, than if you want to get out because ipit ka. Ganon. Alright. So again, LP solves this problem because, okay, I think one thing that I want to share to you guys is, I think I did a, okay, here's one thing I'd like to share to you guys in my in our Discord. So this was the account that was able to catch the Mumu ang tawag nito, bloodbath. Tapos so basically the account was able to catch the downturn here, and then this here over here, itong August 7. I think here I'm just gonna share my Discord para mapakita ko sa inyo. Okay, hold on. Okay, here you go. So you can see the Discord, right? I think I did the flex over here, pero hindi ko siya inexplain. Hold on, I'll look for it. It's just so sobrang lapit lang nun eh. Konti lang yung sharing ko dito eh. Yeah, this one. So this one was opened during the bloodbath. I remember this was around 20. Yeah, it's around 25, 20 or 25, around that much. So open the position, and then afterwards, nasalo niya yung lows, was able to rebalance it and create a bid ask. So I didn't, hindi ko pinalitan na yung anong tawag nito, the range. Unfortunately, hindi na makita yung range dito eh, kung asan ko nilagay yung range. But nasalo niya yung bagsak. And because nasalo niya yung bagsak, ang laki ng fees na nakolect. And so you can see here, 1,000 USDC, tapos probably more, Mumu worth. Kasi umakyat yung Mumu ng sobra-sobra more than 100% from its lows. I think 160%. Ayun. Of course, hindi tayo genius, but I think the rebalance, I was able to do that nung yung nasa baba na siya. Sabi ko, this is ridiculous price. Impossible na hindi to, na magbabounce. So, ayun. Ganyan. Just a few days and then you get that much of fees. Okay. So that's for the Discord. I'm gonna go back to the I know to sharing my charts. Okay, so for the outlook, what I'm looking at is the the whole market, the market as a whole, basically. I already shared this dun sa broadcast, but just for me to like ano ba yung objective ko na pagtingin sa market, I do think that this is series of higher lows, and you can see as well na parang pabagsak na talaga siya. We've seen that support getting decimated at during this day. We were hoping na mag-hold siya, but unfortunately ito yung nangyari. There's that relief rally. All MAs are here above. Not all, meron pa ring isang red na papasok na siya, but most of it and the major ones are above. And I personally don't like this. I don't like this kind of structure. To me, this reminds me of I'm just gonna show you guys this one, this kind of price action. So andito tayo. These two candles over here. If you look at the weekly, and so this is the first candle. There's the first ito. And then ito yung pangalawa. So currently it's the high is being made. And then I don't know if tutuloy pa ulit yan dyan, but that's my worst case scenario. I always look at the worst case scenario. If you look at the monthly chart, this is the candle that I'm looking at. This is a 35% drop. When I did the, I think it was 12%. Now it's recovering to 6%. The support, tinouch niya lang. So I don't think na, but after it touches, I think that it will retest again and do something similar like this. For the next 2 months, at least, I'm bearish. Unless, again, these two levels get broken, I'm bearish. Sideways to bearish. And I don't want a lot of that stress. And that is why when we did the LPs, that is the strategy. It's bid ask. On the left side, more USDC as it goes down. And then a little bit of, spot na some of it spot and then meron din konting bid ask in case lang that we have a bullish case scenario, I'm not completely sold out. You can see that not here in Mumu because we just rebalanced that here with Sol USDC. Here you go. All right, so do you have any questions? Ayan. So, Jean said, grabe talaga yung psychological battle yesterday, pati kanina. Buti may market update tulad nito, at least at peace na. Yes, John, I think, the markets are designed that way. It's really, you're battling with greed and fear. And it's not an easy battle, especially if money's involved and if you're very attached with money, you would have a very hard time, dealing with these things. But that's why we're here. That's why we're teaching you how to do the LP so that it solves the major psychological problem of the markets toying with our feelings and our emotions. Why fight the market? Why fight the volatility if the volatility can be at your favor? Like other people, they're already crying because they're losing a lot of money. A lot of wicks are happening up or down, but you're there, you're chill because you know that you want to have the price lower, but of course prices don't go in a straight line down or up. And so during that period of the battle of bulls and bears and people getting liquidated here and there, you're actually making a lot of fees. So the world going crazy, you're just there happy because sige, this side selling, this side buying, you get fees in between. That's the best thing about liquidity providing and market making. So I hope even if you guys are not part of citizens of TR, you get something out of this. If you're interested, availing of our services or our courses, you can always join our Discord and open a ticket. Look for Steph for payments, and then ask the staff, ask our team like ano ba yung pinakabagay sa akin, kasi baka mamaya if you're the person who already has a technical skill, then you don't really need the crypto masterclass, or unless you want to diversify and learn about NFTs, learn about shorting, learn about other these protocols and airdrop farming and all that stuff, and also LPs. But yeah, if you have technical knowledge, technicals will boost your learning. Mas mapapabilis niya yung learning curve mo as opposed to a person who has no idea at all with technicals, how to do it. Yeah, if wala kayong idea talaga, wealth builder talaga yung para sa inyo. It's really it's at a very discounted price already. Usually we open that before year end, but we decided to open up early so that if you want to be guided, go ahead. Um you know, we just wanted na makapag-position tayo, I would say, with this market reset that's happening. I really like that there's a market reset because people kind of like realize that, hey, you know what, I don't know anything in the markets, what do I do? It's better that you learn that now, than if you learn it na malaki yung portfolio nyo, you got lucky in 1 2 trades or 5 trades and then you thought that that was your skills, but it was just the market giving you that kind of edge, and then afterwards, boom, round trip your gains, round trip your capital, and may kasama pang trauma. You know what, guys? That's one thing that I learned. Ang pinakamahirap na baon when you round trip is the trauma. Because you're gonna have to deal with that trauma. And um, while I help people deal with their market traumas, um, it's not something I enjoy, doing, helping people out with their traumas. Because you gotta listen to them, you gotta help them execute. It's really like you're being a crutch to other people. And um I do think that that is one part of my calling, to help out market participants find their way. If you have time tomorrow, we do have another, the part two of miracles in the markets. So I'm gonna post an announcement about that. So iba naman to, guys. This is free. This is more of really getting people who already acquired trauma in the markets and how you can get back to your feet. We have Miles as well as another speaker. He's helping me out with these things, and in the future we're gonna have more speakers talking about how can you overcome bouncing back from a huge loss, right? So these things we're gonna be talking about. But you know what? The thing that I enjoy most is really just um, being there for the community. I've been in the markets for over a decade, siguro 14 years na, magpo 14 years na. And it's really nakakabaliw, nakaka-stress pa rin siya. And I know the feeling of, being retail. And I wish I was, I had somebody that was there for me during my time of need. Pero I guess I had to go through that because like now, like I can pass what I know to you guys. And when you're successful as well and you go through your shit, then you get to tell people about your journey, and hopefully they get inspired and they find purpose as well with what they do. Yeah, and I do understand that not a lot of people have accountability partners or people that they can share their experiences with. It's such a joy to share your wins and losses to people that actually understand you, as opposed to people na nagsishare ka tapos they feel like ay puro yabang naman to. They think you're just bragging, right? Like, man, I wish those people would understand, that's how you would feel, but unfortunately hindi. So it's a good thing to have people that you can journey with in this field. And it's a good thing as well if you find people who can relate to you during the times na you're down in the markets. A lot of you guys, I'm just gonna be honest here, you gotta deal with your marriages, you gotta deal with your relationships if you can't share your losses to your wife, your husband, or the people that you're supposed to be close with. They're supposed to be there to help you. And if they're there and pinapagalitan ka nila, or they're gaslighting you, or they're dinadown ka nila, probably you need a change of environment, or probably you gotta deal with your relationships. If it's a relationship that's supposed to be worth, or supposed to be, you gotta be fighting for those relationships. Ang dami kong mga nakukuhang messages, sobrang unhealthy ng mga relationships. You gotta deal with these things, guys, because it's gonna reflect as well in how you trade. Okay. Um questions. LP is also included in masterclass, right? Yes. T NJ Hernandez, yes. The LP only masterclass, basically that is a module of crypto masterclass. So I'm just doing a remastered extended version with the LPs kasi I think by next year hindi na ako masyadong ganun ka-active. I'm just gonna focus on fund management and my advisory services. Yeah. This is kind of like my ano pa. I'm gonna take another break. What's the first thing you did, boss? Z, when you saw the bloodbath. Glenn, the first thing that I did, what did I do? I I slept. I slept. I actually talked to my wife about it. I said, "Babe, I think I just lost 2 million today." Pero when I say that, it's more of like I just lost in value. I had to dapat pala ang sinabi ko nun, natuto na ako. Bumaba yung gains natin. Kasi when you say you lost, what? You lost? Like you got liquidated or what? No, bumaba lang yung value niya. It's not that I lost it. It's just less na yung value niya. It's still there. I mean, it's not like a rug or something. Kasi syempre, ang laki din ng NFT exposure ko eh. Yun yung nagbibigay sa ng passive. But I talked to my wife. I told her like I lost this much and she just said, how can I support you? And then I just slept. I was like, siguro mamaya na to. Kasi MMU pa later, di ba? After that, during the bloodbath, the Max Payne day, afterwards, I just said na, okay, there's MMU. I gotta process things fast and I gotta tell people what to do. So, kasi alam mo yung nakakawalang gana na parang hindi ko na tweak ng maayos yung isang account. So, I have several accounts and hindi ko na tweak lahat yon. And I was so sad because there was that one account na sabi ko, I wish I tweaked this account. Uh, Tinamad kasi ako eh. Usually, it takes me a half a day to whole day just to rebalance all of the funds that I manage. Again, when I manage funds, it's not just my own account. I manage everything that's within my care. Because, I think it's unfair if you prioritize one over the other. But yeah, that's what I do. Uh, my freebies, market giving free traumas. Looking forward to part 2. All right. NJ, paano mo mas pinalawak knowledge mo since you entered trading? I've been in 2 mentorships before about trading, but your community is different. Solid. Okay. Thank you very much for this good feedback. To me, I guess it's really just um when I provide a service, I look at it from a perspective of a user. So before I am a service provider, I'm also a user. I think about what do I want to learn and what kind of service do I want, and then I provide that. So basically ganun. Kasi mas magiging relatable siya eh. Although I must admit sometimes it's hard for me to understand people na halimbawa pag sinabi mo paano kung maliit yung capital, now that is kind of like dati kasi yung maliit na capital sa akin is 50K eh. Now it seems like mas lower pa siya. Ganun for some people. When you go into the stock market with 10K pesos kasi you can't do much. And so I just say, wait for grow your portfolio first, reach 50K. And if you can't afford 50K, then you're not supposed to be in the market. Look for other opportunities. That was the stock market, right? But with crypto, even with 10K, you can do a lot already. And so when you say small capital, I would just say, if it's capital that you can afford to lose, and if you can, let's say, make, let's say, ano ba, 5K, 3K a month, ideally higher, of course. If you can make 50K a month na pwede mo ipasok sa crypto, better, of course. But if it's relatively lower, then, just build slowly. I would always say, I think I mentioned it earlier, your portfolio will grow relative to what you know and your skill. So, kahit gaano kaliit yan, if may skill ka, lalaki yan at lalaki yan. If malaki yung port mo, if let's say you have millions or probably billions and you're stupid, unfortunately, you'll lose that. So, I don't want to gaslight you guys, but this is also in the Bible that says, pay for, not really pay, but try to acquire knowledge. Even if you have to pay for it, do it. Because wisdom is something that, once you acquire it, it's very hard to steal from you. Especially pag nakuha mo yung wisdom and it's replicable. I'm not saying this, guys, to, like hype you up and say, like buy my courses or what. Like, just try our stuff. We have free stuff, guys. We have a lot of free stuff that people don't notice or people don't give attention to. And then when we put a price tag into it, then people would say, bakit kayo nagpapabayan again? Like, guys, we do this for free. And we always recommend that if you make money from the alpha that we provide for free, then go and buy our products, because if the free stuff makes you money, what more if you're committed to it, into learning the craft. And so I guess it's that. Just be passionate about what you do. Some people are there for the money. I'm here to solve problems, and I'm here to solve my problems first and foremost. Like the one that you're seeing, where is that? uh This one, right? Crypto advisory. You think that I'm just selling this because I want to sell a product? No. I'm providing this for my own, and I'm providing this for my market makers. So to be transparent with you guys, I have two people already na kumbaga, yung pera ko nakataya din sa kanila. Because I can't do everything on my own. Like, I just mentioned to you guys that it takes me half a day or sometimes a whole day just to rebalance my portfolio. And so I have to trust people, and I give trust to those people who deserve it, who have proven themselves. And so what I do is, if I see that they need help, because I can't, like, unfortunately, I don't have the ability to replicate myself instantly, right? And so I just do this for my team. And so, pagka nilagay ko siya dito, I expect my team na, sige, ito yung mga pwede niyong gawin. And I suggest as well, like, to my masterclass, right? This is something that I provide to the Pathfinders, because a lot of the people, prior to this service, itong advisory, just get into my masterclass, into the Pathfinders, because they want the crypto advisory. So I have some clients na ayoko matuto ng ano mo, ng style mo kasi wala na akong oras diyan. Just set me up. Just set me up. Here's my money. Tas anong bilhin ko? So minsan ganun eh. Nakakatuwa with the recent masterclass that we have. I think we have a 8-digit person who, let's say, ito ba boss yung gusto mo, ano yung bibilhin ko, ganyan. O ito, 5 million dito. Sige, tas buy na. Oh, ganun lang pala. Bilis kausap, di ba? And then afterwards, pag bumabalik na lang sa akin pagka, ano ba, hawak pa ba natin or hold? So, to me, some people kasi just get my services because there's a one-on-one consultation and, being a crypto advisor. And so this is for me, for my team, and for the people that, nakiki-ride sa mga investment decisions ko. So I create this sheet, and then here you go. If you just don't want to learn, kasi nakabundle siya eh, di ba? My Pathfinders is 300,000. It's an expensive product, but it's all in. So people who want modular, they just want to have the advisory service na, okay, kung wala akong oras, wala din siyang oras, and if he just wants to open it at his free time, then you can open the sheet, and then it's either I myself or my two people can set the person up na, ito yung gagawin mo, this is the strategy, this is the market outlook. And so what I say, it gets, kumbaga, mas mabilis yung info ma-disseminate to the people. Ayan. Okay, NJ, naabutan ko pa yung product nyo before around 300K. I think that was last year, but now it's discounted. So sayang talaga if hindi ko pa ma-avail. Naabutan ko pa yung product nyo before around 300K. I'm not sure. Kasi we have different products eh. Yeah, before I did the Crypto Masterclass, there was a product na, not sure if naabutan nyo dito. If you guys were able to naabutan nyo yung subasta. This was more of when I was still anonymous. I was selling my slots to people. I think some people here are from the subasta class. Not sure if they're still online, but I remember selling my slots to the highest bidders. And the last batch was 600K per student. And I just said, I'm not getting the right students. Like, yeah, the money is pretty good. Um, we get to help a lot of people. We get to build a lot of cool stuff. We get to pay ourselves handsomely and create a big team. But the problem with that is I felt like it's kind of like you don't get the right value to your students during that time. But that was the yun yung process ko eh. And I was young. I didn't really kind of like I did a lot of experiments. But with this one, I'm trying to like um do things na modular. Meaning okay, you want this service, only this service? Sige, here. Right now I just really want na I would have a solid team that I can rely on so that we can create cool services like this. So if you just want this and you want, aesthetically pleasing, but the information that all you need is here, and you have, let's say, a good customer support, then we can provide that for a good fee. So again, this crypto advisory, it's for people na medyo malaki yung capital. For people who are new, I just suggest go for the learning, for the courses. Kasi sulit pa rin naman yun. Okay, any more questions? Meron pa ba? Okay, last question from NJ. Madali ka bang ma-approach? Madalas kitang makita but nakakahiya lang to approach. I think yes. Siguro yung ibang pero bias ako eh. I think people who are here who have been messaging me, you guys can I guess vouch. Am I easy to approach? I mean, I'm not here to, like hear I don't want to hear what I want to hear. I just want to hear the real truth. Because that's a challenge for me at the moment. Like it's hard for me to get an objective truth because people have this bias now, oh, this person is that or that. Like madali ba akong may approach? I try my best to reply to everyone even if that person is someone I don't like. In my messenger. It's in my to-do list eh. So minsan yung iba nakakachika ko pa sa ko, bakit ko pa kinakausap to? My wife asks me like, buti na lang may oras ka sa ganyan, no? Wala eh. Feeling ko, hindi ako mapakali pagka may unread message sa either Messenger or Discord. Pero syempre, pag walang kwenta or if you're not really part of my inner circle or I have a good healthy and I have learned to create healthy boundaries. So, if it's I do look at my messenger as somewhat of a business account, but also I do see myself as this is my ministry. This is where I can create impact and really help people. I know how it feels, and so it's not like I'm taking advantage of people. I'm here mostly to add value first because um, with the things that I've been through, uh, it's not easy, and I know that you guys are going through your own things as well. It makes a lot difference to just extend grace because we've been shown grace, so why not extend it, right? Okay, Jason has a question. Boss, not sure if na-mention mo na kanina. Clarification lang po. When we enroll sa LP Masterclass, we will have po that LP tracking guide as a sheet. Jason, we will have a sample sheet for you. So if you want na kumalikot, go ahead, but it's not gonna be updated like this one. This one is only available to people who get the avail of the service, the crypto advisory service, and also the Pathfinders. So sila lang yung merong access nito. For the students, we're gonna give you like a sample sheet that you can tweak, but it's not gonna be updated live. The service, I think I mentioned how much it costs. Right now, it's an intro rate. It's gonna be $100 a month, USDC. So we're gonna be accepting payments in crypto. Then 3 months, I think yung magiging minimum. 3 months minimum, and then 6 months next. With six, if you get the 6 months, you get a discounted rate, especially, and also if you get a 1 year. So again, I do suggest the advisory if you are malaki yung nilalagay mo dito. Like if you're putting at least 500,000, uh, mag just get it. Just get it and get it right so that at least you're learning and then you're making yields. NJ in person. Yeah, I think I'm a pretty approachable person. Okay lang. Just say hi and pakilala ka. Kasi minsan hindi ko naalala yung mukha eh. And the name I would remember if sobrang kulit mo. Yung maalala kita or pag lagi kang nagtatanong, I would remember you. I'm so bad at names, guys. Like I wish I would remember. Sometimes I talk to a person and then I forget the name. I'm like, "Oh my goodness. Hey broski. How you doing?" Ganun na lang. Mike Lim, paano kung 8K lang capital? Mike, I suggest build your portfolio. And I think I don't suggest the advisory service for 8K capital. It's not gonna work. Or unless you're saying 8K USDC, then it can work. It can, but medyo uphill battle yan. Kasi you'll have to get more into high-risk products or pairs para lang makuha mo yung yields. Pero okay, ganito guys. Bigyan ko kayo ng idea. I think ito bago lang to eh. 2,000 USD. Wait, are you seeing my screen? Okay. So I have one wallet here. One of the rehab wallets. Part of the projects na nire-rehab ko. Teka lang. I think it's this one. Wait. So this one, around 2,000 USD yung simula niya. Wait, let me just remember if it's 2,000. Yeah, I think 2,000 USD. Nakapag ano na to eh, nakapag-withdraw to ng konti. Yung nilagay ko sa Mumu niya is around $1,800. And then, kaka-rebalance ko lang kaninang umaga. Ayan. So, kaninang umaga to. Yeah, so from $1,800, it's already 2,000. From, I think, from the bloodbath time, 1,800 siya eh, if I remember it correctly. 1,800, so from 1,800 naging 2,000. And not just this one kasi I really rebalanced this na. Meron pa yata siyang hawak na iba eh, if I remember it correctly. Yeah, I have Jupbonk, Mumu, USDC. So around 2,600 na. Yeah. So there's that account. There's also one account, I think one rehab account. Ito yung nasabi ko sa inyo guys. This is one account na crazy yung ginawa ko sa kanya eh. Nilagay ko siya sa sobrang high risk na products na mga assets. And it started with 2,000 last year. I'm not sure if I think it was December. I posted about it. It was 2,100 something dollars. And right now, you can see that's 8,945, right? But this is actually more. Kasi meron din tong Jupe. Hold on. Let me just check. Sonar Watch. Okay, let me just check. You guys can see my screen ba? Sonar Watch. Hopefully kita nyo naman. Address book. Okay, sige, good. Grabe, ang tagal na natin ah. Sige. So, we have... Here you go. So, this one. This one started 2,000 USD. And then, nakapagtanggal na ako ng mga, 6,000. 6,000 yung na-withdraw na dito sa account na to. So, the net worth is ding, 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 12K. There you go. From 2K last year, December, to 12K plus 6,000. 6,000 is the total withdrawal. Around 4,000 of that. Around $5,000 of that is acquired Sol Casino Bears para meron din siyang yields every day or every week. Every Saturday yung payout namin eh. So may nakukuha siyang SCS yields. So sabi niya hindi naman niya kailangan lahat. So just put the SCS at work. So basically it's a producing asset. Ayan, so from 2K to 12, again 12 plus 6, 18K. Yeah. Solid, right? That was just with LPs. High risk LPs. Ngayon, ano na, diniversify ko na siya. So, you can see here, meron pa siyang Camino airdrop pero malit na lang. Ayan, Jupiter, 3,500. Mumusol, ito yung asset na yun na ano lang talaga. As in, itong yields na to, pagka umabot ng mga $50 or $100, I would withdraw that and then I would put it back into that pool hanggang sa lumaki ng lumaki ng lumaki. Hanggang ayun, nag-diversify na tayo into these other assets. So even here, you have a stable pool. Ayan, kumita siya ng mga ayan, $4. Pero ito mga ano to eh, mga months na rin to na it started with 1,000 USD. Now it's 3,000. I just wanted to put a little bit of stables in there kasi sayang naman no kung nag-bear market tapos nasauli mo yung gains. You wanna make sure that meron kang ganito and meron ding mga amount na withdraw mo. So guys, ang suggestion ko pala, I think habang mataas pa yung presyo ng market right now, I do suggest that you take out, some money, probably 10% to 20%. Convert it into cash just so that you would not feel like ano yun, at least meron kang nalabas. You really need na meron kang ilabas. It will help with your psyche. If wala kang ilabas tapos bumagsak yung market and nakita mo na bumagsak yung portfolio mo, it might affect you and you might not be able to execute correctly or with objectivity. Your goal for people who are enrolled in our classes, expect na bababa yung value ng portfolio nyo in the coming weeks. And this is gonna be normal since we're in bear market mode. But also think of it as you're averaging down and we're just accumulating and waiting and waiting and waiting for a good market structure. And when that happens, I do think that before the year ends, magre-recover yung market. And by that time, party-party ulit tayo. Okay. Okay. Pam Gonzalez. Bozzy, no need for TR subs. Saan to, Pam? I'm not sure kasi sa question mo eh. If ayaw nyo ng TR subs, sige, go ahead. Marami tayong alpha kasi eh. Kung ano, let's say, if you're already in TR, may subs kayo na active, and then you wanna enroll into LP Masterclass, you can go for the product na no need for, kasi meron yun eh, parang LP Pro. Meron siyang discounted na TR subs. But basically, you're saving 1,000 pesos. Pero if hindi mo naman kailangan ng TR subs because either lifetime member na kayo sa TR or marami kayong extra subs, then you don't need that. Sige. Ganda sana mag-enroll na while 100 USDC pa yung PF. And then just avail of the service pag nagka 10K na capital. Yeah, Mike, I suggest na pwedeng ganun. Yung kung gusto mo yung advisory service, you can try. But remember, it's for this year, it's gonna be 100 flat rate muna tayo. By next year, pag pumatak yung next year, by January 2024, it's 200 USD. Again, this service is not for retails. It's for people na malaki yung capital. So, yeah. Kung medyo malaki yung capital, sige, go for it, no problem. Christian, excited to do LPs, will enter once I meet my financial goals levels. For now, small amount muna pag mag-join. Dito sa TR. Pag mag-join po dito, TR subscription. Yeah. Yes, Pam. So, sa akin, I've mentioned this a lot of times and I feel like you guys should be listening as well to other people who are part of the community. The community itself, if you leverage it correctly, ang laki ng alpha niya already. Kahit yun lang sa simula. Tapos just try to find high performers, people who are passionate about learning this craft, and people who would actually spend time and do life with you. Kasi this journey, kailangan mo talaga ng commitment and it's very hard if you're just doing it solo. It's better if you're doing it with someone, ideally with 4 people who are also like in line with your goals. Like, I want to be better at doing this. And, by the end of the year, don't underestimate what you can do. One last na bilin, if you can, if you can, um, ano pa ba yun? I was supposed to be saying something. Wait lang. Biglang nakalimutan ko. Uh, yeah, try to look for people na you think you can be good accountability people with. Meaning you're gonna commit to them and that person is gonna commit to you. Of course, if that person doesn't commit to you na, like their actions is showing it, hayaan nyo na lang, wag nyo nang cut and look for another person na pwede. So, ganun. Like, if you wanna be really better, just surround yourself with the right people. Because just surrounded with the right people, you get to experience or, just be in that environment where it's conducive for growth and learning. Yeah, don't underestimate ever the power of community. All right, guys, I think that's it. I personally am already kumbaga na-set up ko na halos lahat ng LPs ko at saka from all of these accounts. So, yeah. Yeah, hindi ko na kailangan magmadali. I'm pretty chill kahit bumagsak yung Bitcoin ng mga 40k, 37k, I'm gonna be fine. Pero baka kayo, you guys want to create your own ranges, baka mamaya gusto niyo nang i-apply yung lessons, you can do it habang green pa yung market. But please, take some profits, or take some capital out, right? Kahit maliit lang, just so that you get to experience a win. Alright? Ayan, sabi dito ni Irvin. Irvin is my cousin, by the way, and also he's one of the people who's helping me with the advisory service and with the masterclass. And for those who want to avail of the ZFT Crypto Advisory Budget and LP Tracking Guide, ayan, may type form na ginawa from the team. So we accept crypto only. We're not gonna accept pesos or whatever it is. It's crypto talaga. This service is actually open to international consumers, not just Filipinos. Actually, may mga nagtanong na sa akin because yung market making services ko and LP services medyo in demand. So so yeah. It's not just for kailangan ko lang talaga ng devs. Iniisip ko kailangan ko lang ng maayos na dev and then I can create this one dashboard and all that stuff. But right now medyo mano-mano kami. Pero hindi, okay lang. Just kumbaga ito na yung tool na pwede for now. Expect this to improve as we go along the way. Ang mahal kasi ng devs, guys. Hindi ko alam na million pala yan. Tapos minsan pagka nagkamali, tapos yung kontrata mo, wala na. That's millions down the drain. But anyways, yes. I hope you guys learned from this lesson. And for those of you who are listening to the recording, do good and make sure that you check out the prices kasi baka mamaya by the time that you watch this recording, iba na yung prices. So just make sure that you apply the principles, okay? Yung mga recos na yan, it will just only last for a while, but learn the principles so that when you learn the principles, even if I'm not here, even if the team's not here, you can do it in your own. You're gonna make it. All right, that's all. And thank you, everyone. Have a good evening wherever you are. Bye bye.